Figured I'd pull over at another rest area just to give you a little glimpse of the countryside. This is starting to look a little more like home. You see, you've got these big mountains and then valleys all in between, all up and down the land. And there's these and there's farms everywhere, all throughout the valleys. And occasionally there'll be a town. I think that's a farm. Definitely not dissimilar to back home. I mean, you may have been out to the East Coast, like been to New York or Philly or Washington or something like that. You know what I mean? But Appalachia is definitely not a part of America that you should skip. This whole region of the country called Appalachia, it's really beautiful, and it's my home. I'm on top of a mountain. You can look down into the valley and see the little farms and stuff. Pretty cool. You can see how there's always a mountain in the background that touches the horizon. Oh, everything looks nice in the viewfinder. I hope it looks nice on you know, in a full video. There it is, folks. My humble home on the top of a hill. So look out my window, the upstairs. You can see the mountains in the distance. I mean, I'm not the most outdoorsy person, but I can't escape it. This is my home. This is where I come from. I certainly feel much more out of sorts in a city or even a big town. This house has a lot of animals, like Peter. Hey, Pumpkin. This is Peter's sister, Pumpkin. No, not Pumpkin. P-U-N-K-I-N. Pumpkin. And there's Peter, the famous dog. He's my favorite. He's my boy. Peter and Pumpkin are, of course, from the same litter. Half Corgi, half Jack Russell Terrier. And since Corgis have their ears up and Jack Russell Terriers have their ears down, they have one up and one down. Even better yet, Peter always puts his left ear up and Pumpkin always puts her right ear up. This beast is Buster the Beagle. He's a really big freaking beagle. He's the biggest kind of beagle you can have. You can see, I have a size 13 foot. So that's for comparison. He's freaking huge. Here, maybe my hand. You see, he's a big freaking dog. He's just a monster. Just makes that bowl look positively minuscule. Pumpkin's getting really chunky. Call her Chunkin' Pumpkin. She's really chubby. She's actually the boss. Okay, so she's like the alpha female. She eats first. Peter's a submissive. Hey, come here, Peter. You see how he walks kind of funny? He's always walked like that. Peter was like a kind of the bottom dog of the pack. Because of his leg, he couldn't keep up with everybody. And so he's submissive. I also just recently got these for outside, for our pond outside. 9 freaking brown ducklings, and they're all going to be huge ducks. I don't know what's going through my parents' heads. Well, my mom really likes ducks. I mean, I think they're pretty cute. She likes to take them out and hold them. There were originally 10 ducks, but Pumpkin, right here, she broke in and ate a duck. No lie. Just bit it, and in one bite it was dead. So, yeah. She looks like a chunky little house dog that couldn't do much of anything, but she's the alpha female. She's a bad bitch. Who runs the world? Pumpkin. They're really good dogs, so we don't have to leash them. Hey, 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 Peter Pumpkin! Peter, come here. Hey, go potty. What, Petey? Oh, buddy. He loves to do that thing where he puts his paw out. Puts his paw out like this. Here she is, folks. My room. A room where I lost my virginity. A room where I learned how to write songs. This is my walrus collections. As a kid, my favorite Beatles song was I Am the Walrus. So you can look at some of my posters. Some of these Beatles posters go back to when I was 7 or 8 years old. I've had Beatles posters forever. All over my room. And then I also have Katy Perry posters. I don't admire her for the same reason I admire the Beatles. Katy Perry has big talents. This picture is me and my dad climbing up the side. I think it's a coal ash mound in southwest PA. Our ancestors were coal miners on my dad's side. The Sochkos, of course. You know, Slavic people came over in search of opportunity. So there's me and my dad kind of visiting our roots. That's me at my dad's work when I was 8 years old. This one is me at kindergarten graduation. Check out the picture on my first driver's license. Look at that hairdo. I think it was 4th grade, hanging out with my buddies. Of course, that's me on the right, trying to do bunny ears to myself. I always love self-deprecating humor. I played football for the Vikings. I was a lineman and a linebacker. Chunky kid like me. It's kind of a natural role for me, even though I wasn't athletic in the slightest. This is my first cell phone. A CDM 8950. Yeah, that was its name. It just had like a serial number. I wonder if it turns on. Nah, it doesn't. But I bet I could probably charge it up and turn it on. It had 2 screens, which is really cool, but the front screen broke. So I taped a penny inside the front screen. Back in 11th grade, broke up with my girlfriend to try to go after this younger girl, and she gave me this. She literally friend zoned me. But don't worry. In the end, I got the girl. But then she turned out to be a complete and total bitch. Moral of the story is, if you're in the friend zone, maybe you should be glad. Some Futurama figurines. I like how I got both the bite my shiny metal ass and the bite my glorious golden ass bender. You got some of my senior pictures. With the blue in my eyes enhanced. I don't know. I thought it was unnecessary. I think my eyes are plenty blue as it is. I didn't have a ton of friends in high school. So most people open their senior yearbooks and it's just filled to the brim with words. I got that and that. And that was it. Oh, and this is from my girlfriend at the time, my hoe on the go. There I am in the select vocal. I don't think I have to tell you which one's me. The senior high chorus is practicing while Willy Sochko plays his bass. Yeah. Oh yeah, that girl right there, she was the hottest girl in school. Hope she sees this and knows that I thought she was the hottest girl in school. This guy right here, I know he looks like a bit of a nerd, but he changed the course of my life, man. I'm a band director. Oh yeah, there I am in the seniors page with my lumpy gravy t-shirt on. I just didn't fit in with a lot of people in high school, man. This is the infant pictures. That's me in the tan suit, the blue eyes and the bow tie. There I am with some band kids at district band. This is the senior superlatives. This is actually my proudest moment in high school. That I got class musician. We're actually sitting there holding instruments that we didn't play. Of course, the photographer didn't know that, and I think most people in school didn't know that. Funny thing is I don't know if it's because I have a good memory or if because there was only like 100 of us, or maybe both. But I knew everybody in my class. Like, I could go through here and name everybody. I'm obviously not going to do that, but I'm somewhere in the back here. Yep, throwing the peace sign. Always tried to be a hippie my whole life, man. Just born 50 years too late. Alright, this is the basement. And this is the Dell computer where I first recorded music. I made this 2010, yeah, wow. Irregular Decagon Records. That's the name of my record company, to which I'm the only one signed. And all these songs on here I don't think you guys know any of them. You got material for the future. Do better in consonants is the dephedrium of utter Whitney. And yes, 3 of those are not words. I was really into gibberish as a little kid. You know, I love language. Always played around with it. Now, these speakers right here have kind of a special place in my heart, and so does that microphone back there. That's a Rock Band microphone. And for years while I was in high school, I would record music. I would do full songs with multiple instruments, but what I would do is I would go track by track, but they wouldn't really be tracks. Because what I would do is I would record onto the microphone 1 track into the computer, and then I would hold the microphone up to the speakers and to the next instrument or voice or whatever that I wanted to record and do that track, and just record on top of it, on top of the last ones, until I had a complete song with multiple instruments with terrible quality. It's my old machine. So this one is called Have Your Cake. I wrote it and recorded it back in 2010, which is over 5 years ago. Holy shit. Life begins with a sticky goo, and of all the people I pegged you, I made the mistake of loving you. Can't have your cake, indeed it too. When I hold you tight, I examine your legs for cellulite. And if I find any, I'm not upset. One look at your titties and I forget. It's foolish to say that I love you still, but I love your boobies, and I always will. And even though you treat me like poo, I'm having my cake and eating it too. The rapture came and sold it all. I got tired of asking why? Then I see that you're with some other guy. Took me time to realize that there's no need to cry. I tried too hard and it fell through, so there'll be more men who feel up your views. I made the mistake of loving you. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That was Willy Goes Home. Definitely got to learn a lot more about me and the kind of person I am. Sure, there's plenty of things you'd like to ask me that this video didn't answer. Maybe not the next video I do, maybe the one 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna do a Q&A video. Ask questions in the comments of this one. I'll do a video when I get back to Florida where I just sit down and go through the comments and answer however many comments I feel like answering. Honestly, would prefer if you would just listen to what I say and not care who I am, but I provided this for context in case you do care who I am. Love y'all so much. Thanks for watching. Good night.